Religion. Clinton demonstrates throughout her speech the importance of women having equal rights, not only in the home but also throughout society as a whole. Friedman also demonstrates this subject, but in a more formal and personal manner. Throughout history, women were denied the right to vote, the right to bear children, the right to freedom of speech, and the right to decide. They were denied the right to decide what they wore on a daily basis. They were denied what job they were allowed to have. They were even denied what religion they practiced. During the 1800s, women's place was in the home, and if they did hold a job, they were expected to be teachers or nurses. Both Friedman and Clinton preached the importance of allowing women all of their basic human rights, and although each does not mention religion specifically, it can be inquired that it falls under the precedent of equality. Figurative language. Because Clinton's speech is considered inspiring and persuasive, countless similes, metaphors, and cliches are used to capture the audience's attention. One of Clinton's most effective devices is the use of repetition. Her constant "I have met" allow the audiences to understand the personal as well as global change women have felt throughout the world. The Feminine Mystique also uses personal language to draw in readers. These literary devices help capture the audience's attention on a subject that has so effectively impacted the course of American history since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Nature. Nature is not addressed in Clinton's speech nor Friedman's novel in the sense of trees and flowers. Human nature, on the other hand, is strongly demonstrated on women's part. For women, it is human nature for them to be nurturing and caring family takers. Clinton says that women flourish not only do they benefit, but the family unit as a whole flourishes. And while this so-called human nature was limited to being wives and mothers for so long, Clinton's speech represents a significant change during the postmodernism era of women's place in the home. Because of books like Feminine Mystique, they slowly became leaders instead of forced followers. Women began opening their own businesses, working as doctors and lawyers, and even obtaining places in government like diplomat Condoleezza Rice. Government and society. As a prominent governmental figure, Clinton represents throughout her speech two different aspects of politics. First, she depicts the power she has in office and seeking change for women. While the common people have a voice in society, Clinton has her foot in the door, per se, and is able to represent women all over the world. With her being a woman, she is also able to relate to the issues at hand. She travels the world, as she states in her address, and meets women from all different backgrounds. Society is different for every woman, but no woman should be forced to endure harsh living conditions and unfair treatment by men. Both Clinton and Friedman stand up for those who do not have a voice and can capture audiences with their personal feminine appeal. Friedman's "Problem Without a Name" made headlines and eventually captured the attention of government and all of society. The following text from Clinton's speech shows her dedication to changing not only America, but the world too, regarding women's rights. This quote by Friedman, on the other hand, specifically addresses the issue at hand. American Dream. The American dream regarding postmodernism as a whole is rather simple. Americans yearn to hold successful jobs, make a lot of money, have a loving and supportive family, all while at the end of the day being able to look at life and simply smile. For women, the American dream is similar but differs slightly. As Clinton states in her speech, we need to understand that there is no formula for how women should lead their lives. That is why we must respect the choices that each woman makes for herself and her family. Every woman deserves a chance to realize her God-given potential. With this being said, for the women's version of the American dream, simply being successful is not enough. Women yearn what they wish to be and not conform to society's demeanor. If, in the end, a woman has lived her life by her own measures, then she ultimately considers herself to be living the American dream. The hero. The hero during the postmodern era strongly followed the ideals of the American dream, according to Bloom's. Women often look to other women for support and individuality to accomplish their goals. In a sense, Clinton and Friedman both represent the hero throughout their work because they draw in the audience, intended to be both men and women, and gives them hope for a future that provides women the freedom of speech, equality, and human rights. The speaker possesses the characteristics of a leader and fighter. She's not only brave and trustworthy, but also affectionate. They connect with their audience by not only referring to solutions personally, but also by incorporating the entire world. The famous quote by Clinton, "It is time for us to say here in Beijing and the world to hear that it is no longer acceptable to discuss women's rights as separate from human rights," is important in understanding Clinton's audience. Literary change. The change women felt during the postmodern era was shortcoming. It was inevitable that after going so long without equal rights, nothing would be done regarding the matter. This change was brought on by leading women figures such as Clinton and Friedman. They changed their political and social field by taking on issues never before accepted by prominent leaders, and in Friedman's case, a mother and wife. In speeches like that of Women's Rights are Human Rights, and books like The Feminine Mystique, Americans and the world are able to see the issue not only in society, but in government as well.